Good evening, and welcome back to the Amateur Radio Shack of Kilo Delta 8 Lima Zulu Bravo. My name is KC, that's initials Kilo Charlie, and tonight I'd like to take a break from offering hints and suggestions on how to voice radiogram traffic on a traffic net. I'd like to take just a few minutes and offer a bit of personal radiogram philosophy. I realize that not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's fine. We can disagree agreeably. But there is a particular matter I'd like to take a minute to address, and it is that many pieces of traffic that you will hear being passed on any traffic net, much of that traffic, or a portion of that traffic, perhaps would be better stated, is common text traffic. It is like bulk mail that is being sent. One of the terms that's used is Spamgrams. I dislike that terminology very much. When a police officer goes to a gun range and practices at a gun range, we don't call that spammunition. They're training, and it's very valuable training. That kind of training will save lives in the event of a crisis, in the event that it is necessary to be used in an emergency. So the spamgram term is a bit of a derogatory term to me, and I don't like using it. I believe that those common text messages, those happy birthday messages, the reminder that your license has expired messages, I believe those are good, and I'm happy to pass as many of them as I possibly can. I believe it gives all of us good training. It is the exact same thing to me as any public servant training in a non-hostile environment for the day when their services are really needed in the midst of an emergency. With all of that being said, it comes down to that text and how we feel about that text. I've heard that there are actually stations that refuse to take that kind of bulk radiogram traffic, which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. And if you're one of those people, again, let's disagree agreeably, but please take a minute and hear why. I would be deeply offended if my letter carrier, my United States Postal Service letter carrier, opened up every envelope, looked in it, read it, and then passed their own judgment on whether or not that letter was a worthy piece of United States postal mail. Well, for a radiogram operator, for a national traffic system operator, to read that radiogram, which is a necessary component, and then to judge its content or the merit of its content, is the same thing as that U.S. postal clerk or postal carrier reading my mail. The bottom line is, if the mail is legal, if the radiogram is legal, for example, as long as it's not encrypted, it's not legal, according to the FCC, to pass encrypted messages. So as long as it doesn't appear to be encrypted, I'm good to go. There are a few other things, business related and other matters, that would disqualify a piece of traffic. But if it is a legal piece of traffic, then once I've determined that, my only job as a participant in the national traffic system is to move that piece of traffic from point A to point B as accurately and as effectively, efficiently, as quickly as I possibly can. The content is of no concern to me. It's none of my business once I've determined that it is in fact legal. I don't want the UPS guy going through the boxes that come to my home and deciding whether or not they're worthy to be delivered to my home. The exact same thing is true for radiogram traffic. So as NTS operators, participants in the national traffic system, I would urge everybody, determine whether the traffic is legal, and if it is, and you're agreeable to pick it up, at that point our opinions about the context of that, or the text, or the content, is absolutely irrelevant. My only job is to move it to its next place in the route toward its final destination. I appreciate you hearing me out. Again, if you disagree, let's remain friends and disagree agreeably. That's the way that I try to do it, and that way it keeps my emotions, my feelings out of the business at hand. This is KD8LZB. Thank you very much. 73.